Today we're here at HBS Crossroads 2019, and we'll be interviewing today Tammer Qaddumi, and he is a partner at VentureSouq, and he'll be talking to us about Dubai 2.0. So can you just give us a brief understanding of what you've been talking about during the event and how you see Dubai in the future?
It's a fairly broad subject, but I think it's very relevant. And I think that my job, or our job, VentureSouq's role, is very specific in what we do to contribute to Dubai 2.0. But I guess the subject is, where does Dubai go from here? And in the backdrop of there's an inflection point that's being brought about by a massive introduction of new technology, and that has major changes to a city physically, psychologically, demographically, and so what is Dubai going to do? And then, the follow-up question from that is, what is Dubai going to look like, maybe 10, 20 years from now?
And what would you say would Dubai look like in the next 20 years?
My immediate reaction to that question is that, and this is a point that I sort of reiterate over and over again all the time, which is that Dubai doesn't exist in a vacuum. Dubai sits within a region that is big, and there's many different ways that you can define that region, and there's certain natural, there's a certain natural inclusion, which is MENA, Middle East and North Africa, and that excludes Iran, and that excludes Pakistan, that excludes Turkey. Usually when you talk about MENA, at least in our world, and I'm not saying that everyone's world is like that, but in our world, the market that people refer to with MENA extends from, the UAE to Morocco, Middle East and North Africa. So Dubai has done a phenomenal job, arguably the best job, in building its economy and building its infrastructure up to today. If you look at what's happened over the last sort of 30 years, maybe even more than that, Dubai's been the most successful case study for a city in the Arab world. So that, if we consider that to be 1.0, then 2.0, I think, is Dubai taking that and lending it to other parts of the region so that they can thrive just as well. And that will create a unified market. Hopefully it's something that gets closer. We move in the direction of getting closer to a unified market, and that will allow creativity, innovation, entrepreneurship to flourish. So 2.0, 1.0 is, let's just build Dubai for Dubai, and they did a very good job of doing that. And 2.0 is, let's use Dubai as an asset to go and build the rest of the region. This is kind of what the hope is, and that's how I interpret the subject of Dubai 2.0.
And so you do have Dubai 2.0. So what would you say would be a few tech startups that you would want to invest in the future to make Dubai that extra level higher?
Yeah, I think that if you're looking for specific examples, of course Kareem is the example. I think Fetcher is an example. So what makes Dubai, what makes Dubai shine? What makes Dubai great? Well, the fact that Kareem figured out how to move itself away out of, it started in Dubai, it's still very strong in Dubai, but the fact that it had this kind of chameleon nature that allowed it to change shape and go and enter Saudi Arabia, and then change shape slightly and go into Egypt, and then change shape slightly and go into the rest of North Africa. And that is
so would you say like a local, going local and then global in a way?
Yeah, build a local business, build a business, test it. Dubai is very, very welcoming to companies. Okay, the cost basis is high. There's some things that are good and some things that are challenging, but in general, Dubai is a very, very good, easy place to launch a business. And it's an easy place to test a business. You have a group of people that are relatively open to trying new things. So you test it, you build it, you test it here in Dubai, and then it grows beyond Dubai. And as it grows beyond Dubai, then your head count in the home country of Dubai is growing, and therefore the economic contribution of that company to Dubai is growing. Here there's a tendency to kind of, not value a company's activities outside of the UAE, and I don't know if that's like a statistical thing. You know, I don't know how they measure.
Yeah.
But at some point it's kind of like, well, whatever. And I've heard this argument before where it's like, no, but Dubai is, most of the income is being generated outside of Dubai. And it's like, you're missing the point.
Yeah.
Careem is as big as it is with the home base in Dubai because of the operations outside of the UAE.
And we've been talking about the opportunities because HBS Crossroads not only looks at the opportunities, also looks at the challenges.
Yes.
Do you feel like Dubai has a lot of challenges that, you know, that tech startups will have to overcome in the future? Or do you think that there are only mainly opportunities that coming from the center?
I don't think that Dubai, to be perfectly honest, and if you answer that question on kind of like a relative basis, no, Dubai doesn't really give you a bunch of constraints. Mm-hmm. It doesn't really give you undue challenges. It really is there's opportunity. You put places that are in much less stable political environment, places that maybe are subject to very extreme, you know, environmental, catastrophes. Maybe these present like kind of like, challenges that are like, oh, you know, is a company going to be able to overcome this? I don't really see that in Dubai.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. And today you're wearing a Yale, sweatshirt, and you've come for a Harvard Business School event. Can you tell us why you chose this today?
I wear Yale stuff every day.
Every day, no matter what day it is.
No, I'm kidding. There is Yale. It's drilled into our head that Harvard is the rival, and these are two very historic universities, and they take themselves way too seriously.
Yeah.
But it is fun when you're there. It's fun.
You want to create that tension.
Yeah, it's fun, and we're always pranking. Everyone's always trying to prank one another, and that's always the target of the animosity at Yale's always Harvard, and I think the other way around. Although if you ask Harvard people, they're kind of like, no, we don't care about Yale.
Yale, yeah.
I don't believe that that's the case. So it's a rivalry, and you like to, at every opportunity, especially if I'm invited here to come and speak at a Harvard event, then I absolutely will. I will do whatever I can to just rub it in their face who my loyalties stand with.
Yeah. But you still came to the event because why not?
Yeah, I still came, and really I hope that the event was not a success.
Great. Any final words, thoughts, anything about the event or anything else you'd like to say?
No, I think it's great. I think that the alumni activity at Harvard is an impressive. They do an impressive job with how well they catalyze their alumni community to do good stuff. And you need more of this. You need kind of special interests. You need affiliations that bring people together, especially in a place like Dubai. And really, Harvard is a shared interest. It creates a bond between different types of people, just as Yale does, as any university does. But Harvard is extremely effective. They have kind of a critical mass of people, so they do a very good job. And so it's admirable. It's admirable what they do.